I was genuinely happy for Cindy and thought to myself, I'll definitely give my future niece or nephew a big gift. As the joyful atmosphere grew, Cindy suddenly put down her chopsticks. There's one more thing I want to mention, she said. Aunt Linda, her eyes still full of joy, asked, what is it? I think Sierra should move out, Cindy said with a cold expression. She's already found a job, and now that I'm pregnant, it's going to be inconvenient after the baby is born. The room instantly became silent, and Uncle Mark and Aunt Linda's faces grew awkward. Cindy, though usually quiet, had never spoken to me with such a cold tone. I had always thought she was nice, so I responded kindly, there shouldn't be any inconvenience. And when the baby arrives, I can even help take care of it. When the baby comes, there won't be enough room for everyone. How could that be? I said, trying to be considerate. We can clean up the attic floor and make room for your little family. There will be more than enough space. Cindy shot me an inexplicable glare. Aunt Linda chimed in to reassure her, Cindy, don't worry, we'll make sure neither you nor the baby is uncomfortable. Cindy wasn't finished. When I have the baby, I'll be recovering and won't be able to move around or dress properly. It's just not right to have an outsider in the house. Suddenly, her expression softened again. Sierra, I'm not trying to force you out, but you've been living here for so many years. Isn't it time you moved on? Seeing my face darken, Cindy added, your parents passed away early. When you were in college and grad school, my in-laws covered all your living expenses. Nowadays, young women are all about independence. It's time you learned some self-respect and started living on your own. Uncle Mark, who had been silent for a long time, finally slammed his hand on the table, yelling at Cindy, that's enough. You're getting out of line. Jason, take your wife back to your room. Jason quickly stepped in to defend her. Dad, Cindy's pregnant. Why are you yelling at her? Besides, she's not wrong. Uncle Mark lost it. He slammed his glass down and shouted at Jason, then you can get out too, Cindy wasn't wrong. 7 years ago, my parents were in a car accident and both became comatose. That year, I was about to take my college entrance exams, juggling between school and the hospital. And I started thinking about hiring a nurse. When Uncle Mark found out, he came to me and said, Sierra, you don't need to hire a nurse. Aunt Linda and I can take care of them. Uncle Mark had always been kind to me, but taking care of one person in a coma was already hard, let alone two. It's no trouble, he said, tears welling in his eyes. They're my sister and brother-in-law, after all. No one will care for them better than family. After thinking it over, I agreed and paid Uncle Mark and Aunt Linda triple the normal rate to take care of my parents. They did a great job. Every time I visited, there was no smell or mess on them. They looked after my parents for over a year before both passed away.
Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.